Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Jawsology, where black men never cheat and the Leo never lies. Over here, we got myself, Jawsology, right here with you, and we also have my good friend Quashi.
Hello, hello, hello. Jawsology. How we doing today?
I know we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We getting some stuff done. We're getting some stuff done. We're starting this off with talking about some football. To start it off, and I actually like that because football is the best sport in my opinion. Honestly, basketball is up there. Soccer just got too many teams.
I would agree with that. I would say fantasy is the best. Fantasy football is the
Yeah, but
best.
that's not a sport. Don't get me wrong. I love my fantasy football, and I'm definitely wait for the. By the way, plug. Wait for the fantasy football episodes. But fantasy football is not a sport, though. I can't count it as a sport. I just can't.
That's cool. You know I'm a soccer fan, but I'm going to leave that for another discussion. Because shout out to the Euros that's going on right now. It has been pure bliss and entertainment over the past couple of weeks, and we'll
Even
see.
before the Euros, though, I gotta say, Haiti's doing good in the qualifiers, man. Yo,
Yeah, yes, you guys are. Yes, you guys are.
yo,
Yes, you guys are.
Haiti. Yo, Haiti in the World Cup, bro. Can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. If you can't tell, that's Haitian flag over my right shoulder, right there. So Haiti all day.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. But I really do think that I really do think that this season for the football, American football, NFL is going to be one of the most exciting that we've seen in recent history.
Uh, I would agree if some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL weren't in like crappy situations, like Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, like two of the top five quarterbacks in the NFL right now. We don't even know where they're gonna play, and it's July. Like, are they still gonna play for their team? Are they not going to? Are they gonna hold out? Hey, yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. A holdout with a quarterback in football just doesn't. It makes it a little bit boring, especially when I'm trying to plan my fantasy pickups. Like, word. Well, even if Deshaun Watson plays, I'm not picking up any Texan. But if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play for the Packers, am I still drafting Devontae Adams? Like, yo, what's the word? Aaron Jones? Like, you still gonna pick him up? What's the word?
Well, I was an Aaron Jones guy last year. And a lot of goal line carries went to Dylan. But I'm just bringing up old wounds, just piece together. But that's one of the reasons why I think it's going to be exciting. Not it's just a matter of transaction within the league itself. I think like a lot of teams are going to have multiple players come and go, and I think that will be beneficial just on an entertainment standpoint for the NFL. Hence, why I think it's going to be exciting.
Okay. I could respect that. All right. So you know what So as everybody can see, you can already see the screen right here. We're gonna be talking about the AFC East. This is a team that has the New York Jets, Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, and Miami Dolphins. Obviously, no Tom Brady for the Patriots, and the Jets are the Jets. No offense to New York, but don't deny yourself the truth.
The Jets are different from New York. Let's put that on the record. The Jets are a sovereign in its own right. Like they are a different. Actually, they're probably not even a part of this universe. But that's for another discussion. And with all due respect, Jets fans, I'm talking the truth.
So, what are you saying? They should go to college football? Like, I remember they were trying to do that to Cleveland Browns like 3-4 years ago. They're like, yo, we should have Cleveland Browns play the bowl tournament champion from college football. See what's
I would
actually
say
better.
that they are NFL players. They're professionals. No college team, I believe, is going to win a game against an NFL team, no matter how sucky they are. They are professionals. They're doing this at the elite level, physically. I know you probably might throw in Alabama that they play on a college style game, or
Mm-hmm.
LSU to play with a college style game, a very tough defense. However, we're talking about the NFL here. Like we're talking about the NFL. So let's kick it off with want to start off with the AFC? I think that's what we want to start off with, right?
AFC East. Let's get it started. All right. So we're gonna do this a little different. All right. I'm gonna ask you who you have in last place for the division because I want to keep first place as a mystery up until we get pretty much to the end. So who do you have ending up in last place for the AFC East?
The Jets. Need I say more?
Well, I was hoping you'd say the Jets, honestly. If you didn't say the Jets, then I'd have to question you, and then we'd have to cancel the stream. I'd just have to cancel everything. But let me ask you this question. What is their record?
Ooh, all right. So last year they had a record of 2-14. And I believe with the acceleration of Mr. Darnold, right? I think they're going to double their win total and give us 4-12.
Well, hate to break it to you. Sam Darnold's not there no more. Zach Wilson.
He himself accounts for 2 wins. Or 2
wow. Oh, wow. You're saying Zach Wilson above Sam Darnold?
Yes.
Dude's brand new. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me just throw this on the screen then. You got the Jets going for what? 4-13?
4-12.
13, 17 game season. Remember, can't forget that.
Yes. Actually, I'll give them one more win.
Yo, you gonna give them a bonus one?
5-12. 5-12. I think so. All right. I keep on forgetting that we're in a 17 game season. I'm on my fantasy time, really.
Okay, I can't hate on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also have the Jets in last place, but I actually gave them more love than you did. I gave them a 7-10 record. What? Yeah. So here's my thing with the Jets. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I believe the Jets can pull out 7 wins, mainly because of who they're facing and when they're facing them. Okay, they're facing the Saints in like week 5 or 6. They're facing the Saints towards the end of the season, and I believe the Saints aren't going to be that good. I believe they can actually beat the Saints towards the end. The Saints don't know who their quarterback is, and there's a famous saying in the NFL: if you don't know who your starting quarterback is, then you don't have a starting quarterback. You can't come out like Drew Brees and Taysom Hill was able to make it work, but Taysom Hill and Jameis is not going to make it work.
Yeah, actually, I see why you're giving them love. I do like the move with Robert Saleh.
That's the second part. Their coach, man. But there's, all right. So I'm just gonna give you this part, right? Here's the MVP for me for their season, and the MVP, kind of like you said with Sam Darnold, is addition by subtraction, and I believe they get more wins just due to the fact that Adam Gase is no longer there.
Actually, Jeremiah, I don't often say this, but I think you're right, sir.
So we're supposed to tell the audience the MVP, the X Factor, and the best free agent. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm just gonna give you all 3. The MVP of the season for the Jets is the fact that they don't have Adam Gase. Their X Factor will be the 2022 draft class because it's still gonna suck and they're still gonna have a top pick. And the best free agent is whoever was able to take the most money from the New York Jets to put into their account to feed their families. That's the best free agent they got. The team as a whole did not get better other than the fact that they actually got a competent coach who's actually smart.
Actually, can I give you my MVP, my X factor, and my strength and weakness? And I don't know if we've established rules, but I'm going to give you mine. For all 4, it's going to be Robert Saleh.
All right, so we're putting a coach as the main reason why a team is going to succeed.
Like they have talent. They have raw talent as well. We all know the shortcomings of their leadership, right? That guy brings a leadership from an established organization, and his reputation really does. for the entire organization on and off the field.
I've heard that he has a very high reputation with a lot of the players. Like he might be, honestly, to me, with what I'm hearing, I believe that he might be the next Mike Tomlin. It just sucks that he actually put the New York Jets to start his career with, but he has the potential to be the next Mike Tomlin.
No, I think going to the Jets was a good move for him because what better way to start your career off in the big city, the Big Apple, and to take an inept organization as the Jets from purgatory to some relevancy.
Okay, listen, a coach can only do so much. You still need players, and they got no players. They got a quarterback with no receivers, barely a running back. What offensive line? What defense? Like there is still a lot left to be desired. Like you can't take, not in the AFC East where you got, I believe, the Miami Dolphins, which is going to be a pretty good team. The Bills is going to be a good team, and the Patriots, which is going to be above mediocre team.
Well, all right, so let's go into that a little bit, right? So I know you hinted on it a little bit. So let's look at this. For the past 20 years, the AFC has been pretty much the Patriots' playing ground, correct?
Yes, agreed.
Beating up 3 very, very bad teams. And Tom Brady is no longer there, right? And we weren't dominated. We didn't dominate last year. And Bill Belichick is in his redemption year. Cam Newton is in his redemption year, right? So they've made some very big splashes within the free agent market, right? Going back to their Twin Towers with it being the 2 tight ends that they signed. Hunter Henry.
Hold on, wait, hold up on the Patriots. Hold on the Patriots. Is that hold on. Before you go to the Patriots, before we go deep into the Patriots. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the next team. So, who do you have finishing third in the AFC East at the end of the season?
I have the Miami Dolphins finishing third.
Miami Dolphins?
Yes, I do.
Sheesh. No love to MIAO. Rick Ross is not going to be a fan of
I actually have all the love for MIAO. So I actually have them finishing 10-7.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have them on a winning record. The only losing record is the Jets.
Oh, okay. Then you're not gonna like who I got in third.
I know what you're gonna say.
Who do I got in third?
I think you know the answer to that, Jerry.
No, who do you think I got in third? Before I put it up on the screen for everybody to see?
I think you have the Patriots in third.
You're right. I do got the Patriots at third.
And I think you have the Patriots in third with a losing record.
No.
Right, so
I will not disrespect Bill Belichick like that. I am giving him a 9-8 record.
Ah, that's not bad.
I could not, in good consciousness and take integrity, as Nick Wright would say on first things first, I could not give Bill Belichick a losing record when he has still a quarterback of the future. I don't necessarily believe in him. A quarterback of the future and Cam Newton. All right, and also I am a Cam Newton fan.
Yeah, and I think signing Mac Jones to that contract earlier, a couple of days ago, I think it was a couple of years, $15 million was a good move. I also believe that Cam Newton, based on his impeccable Instagram videos, chosen by the gods, I do think he's going to have a better year. I think COVID played a part in it. Also, him being one more year into the offense will play a part in it as well.
It is very known that the Patriots have the most complicated playbook. Maybe only.
It wasn't complicated last year, Jerry. Like it was not. It was not. Let's call it spade a spade. It was honestly Alabama.
It was a limited playbook. How about that? Limited playbook. So the Patriots weren't able to do everything that they wanted to do.
Yeah. So let's jump in. So who you have for your second team in the AFC East?
Oh, my second team in the AFC East. This is actually going to surprise you. I want you to guess. Who do you think I have in second place?
I think you have Buffalo second.
You're right. I do have Buffalo in second.
I think I'm in your head right now. I'm renting space.
I got them with a 12-5 record.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's
a really good record. Yeah. And I'm guessing you got the Patriots second, I hope.
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay, because I was gonna have to question you. What is their record?
Ooh, the Patriots?
Yeah.
Well, I got the Patriots at 11-6.
Okay, I can respect that.
And however, I got the Buffalo Bills also at 11-6.
Oh, so you got a tiebreaker with the Bills winning the tiebreaker.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. So here is going to be I don't have a tiebreaker actually. And I don't know if I am all on the hype for um Brian Flores, but I do believe the Dolphins will win the division with a 13-4 record. I know that is way high, and I know a lot of people who's watching this video is going to be like, "All right, cool, turn this shit off because they don't know football." But I'm going to explain that in a little bit. Actually, no, I feel like I feel like I need to defend myself right now because I already know I'm feeling judged. I could
because I think you just please do please.
Okay, all right. So let me pull up.
One question for you, Jeremiah. It's
Let
a
me pull
job.
up the Dolphins schedule. Okay.
Do you believe in Tua?
Do I? That's the thing. And this
It's a yes or no question. Do you believe in Tua?
the thing is with me is
Okay,
this
so
record. This record is with Tua at his best. If Tua has, not even he doesn't have to have a Lamar Jackson season, but if he has at least 80% of what Lamar Jackson had his second season, then this 13-4 record will become true.
All right. Well, Tua wasn't bad last year, right? He went. I believe he went.
No, he was kind of bad. He was kind of bad. But I also remember he was coming off the hip surgery. So this is 1 year off of the surgery. This is 1 year with the whole offense. This is 1 year with a better offensive core. Like they honestly, this offseason, and this is the best free agency for the Dolphins. Honestly, is the draft. They literally gave Tua. Tua has no excuses this next season. He has a good offensive line. He has an A+ defense. He has all the receivers you could want. He has every type of receiver. He has a speed demon. He has a tall, big body receiver. He has a great tight end, and then he has an over-the-top receiver in Will Fuller. There is no if and the other reason I believe in them is that they also, if Tua is not the answer, they have enough first-round picks next year to pick up the best quarterback in the draft. They can always move on. The Dolphins are set for the future. They really are.
You see, that's the thing that I have an actual issue with. Like the Dolphins are using this pick like almost as if it's bait, really, for either Tua. It's incumbent on Tua you do well or we use this pick. Tua you don't do well or we use this pick. So I think that pressure in itself is a lot for a second-year player coming off a hip surgery. I do think it's a lot for him. I thought that he regressed a little bit last year when teams got a good look at him, and I believe he started off at what 5-0 or something like that, 5-1.
I don't have that in front of me, but I will say this. I don't feel like that's pressure because the team is honestly telling you, like, hey, listen, we're giving you everything you want. Just
no, they did not. No,
they gave him even his own wide receiver from college when they should have gone for a running back. They went and gave him his friend from college. It was like, listen, just do what you do. Honestly, if you think of it the way that you thought about it, then yes, it is pressure. But if he thinks about it with this mindset of, yo, I have honestly the best offense and the best defense in the league right now. I have a friend that I played college with football for 3 years. Bro, I'm set to succeed. This is going to be fun. This is going to be easy. And again, if you take a look at how their schedule starts, the Patriots to start, right? Okay, cool. It might be a little tough. I actually do have them losing that game. Actually, I could be honest with you. I have them starting the season 1-3. I have them losing to the Bills, the Patriots, and the Colts. They're going to beat the Raiders because it's the Raiders. but I do believe that they are going to beat the Buccaneers because we always know this is true because you're a Patriots fan. You know this. Tom Brady doesn't start the season the fastest. He's still a little slow coming out the gates. All right. So I believe after the Colts game, they're gonna go on a good little win streak. And with that momentum, they're gonna beat the Bucks, the Jags, the Falcons. That momentum is gonna carry them over the Bills. And the Texans is a laughing stock. And they might not lose again until they get to the Baltimore Ravens. But then after that, they have like a good little 3-game practice streak with the Jets, Panthers, and Giants. And then they go into a bye week feeling themselves, and they get the Jets again. They this middle of the schedule, from the Buccaneers all the way to the Saints, they're really facing only 2 quality teams.
So I would say this about Miami and Tua, right? Tua started off hot. He was 4-1 in his first 5 games.
Okay.
He's 4-1 in the first games. He actually finished, and he missed 1 game. I think he missed week 12 due to injury.
Yep.
When he came back from injury, he was 3-2. Right?
Yeah.
He kind of mellowed out at the end, right? And I think you could see it because when he got injured, right, the rumor started, the draft pick started, right?
You're right.
Let's face the facts there, right? And his play regressed, coupled with the NFL being the NFL and treating him as what he was, which was a rookie, correct? So, when they saw him a couple of times, so I do think that he will have some type of regression, but it shouldn't be that much. I think he's a great
You're
talent.
saying regression, though. That's where I differ from you. I don't believe it'll be a regression. I believe it's going to be a continuation because the other thing is, I like the running back. He's not an all-star running back, but he's a serviceable running back. So that can catch the ball, and Tua got legs. It's just, and on top of it, the defense is very possible to score 14 points for you themselves. They're good to get 2 pick sixes. I don't remember what game it was last year where, it was against the Chiefs. They literally scored 21 points themselves. I
know you're.
Yo, it was crazy. I loved it. Love to see it. All right, so we do have to go back to the format. So let's go here. So you got Dolphins. Who do you have as the MVP for this, the whole season?
I have Tua as their MVP.
Okay. What about their X factor?
For their X factor, I would say that's Brian Flores.
Okay, I like that. And the best free agent?
Ooh. I would say their best free agent this upcoming season. Actually, let me defer to you, Jerry.
All right. So for MVP, I got Tua. I do have Tua.
It is fair country.
For the X factor, I do actually have Devontae Parker as the X factor. Not necessarily because of play on the field, but because of the locker room presence. If you really think about that offense, it's a bunch of young people that are in the league. Myles Gaskin, which is a running back, is only a second-year player. Tua, second-year player. Gesicki, I don't know if he has that locker room presence. Is going to be on Devontae Parker to carry this offense, this young offense, to actually be right. You know what I mean? So he's actually still a good player as well. So mostly for the offensively, they need a locker room presence. They got rid of Fitzpatrick. It has to be on Devontae Parker. And their best free agent, I couldn't narrow it down. I believe they killed it in the draft. The way they traded back into the draft and came back up and left with an extra first-round pick for next year. They got the wide receiver that Tua played with in college for 3 years. It's honestly that.
I would say this for my free agent signing. You hit the nail on the head, but I am going to go back and actually I'm going to double up on my MVP and say the best free agent signing was Jacoby Brissett. Reason being, you have that veteran presence to talk to Tua, to mentor him, to provide that role. It's the quarterback tree from Tom Brady. Persett came in and he performed well. He got his payday. He went to Indianapolis, and he is a starter in this league, and he's very respected around this league for his work ethic, and he's going to provide that tutelage that I do think that Tua would need at some point.
You know what? I actually did not think about that because Tua and Jacoby kind of have a similar play style too, because Jacoby could use his legs. So with Jacoby actually having starting years underneath his belt with the Colts, actually that actually might be it. And the fact that Jacoby also knows Brian Flores from his time in New England, so that does help it as well.
And remember, Jacoby does like his tight ends as well. And Gesicki, he does, he's 6'6", 250. Coming out of Penn State, he does have that. He does have that body and that security blanket for Tua or Jacoby.
Okay, all right. I like that. I like that actually. I do like that. All right. So let me ask you this: what is the strength of this team?
The strength of this team is the defense.
Okay, damn straight. Actually, I got the defense is still intact, and in fact, the only people they lost on the defense is people that they let walk. Was people they didn't need. They let Kyle Van Noy walk, but he didn't even play. So it honestly it works out for them.
Kyle Van Noy, it's a little bit, he's welcome. He just overstayed his welcome a little bit.
You think so? I think he's a little too old for the team. I think the locker room is a really young team. So that's just how that's interesting. All right. What's for me, my second strength with them was the fact that they gave Tua everything they need. The offense is ready for Tua to blossom. That is the second strength that I have for them. Their weakness, this is also where it also comes in. Their weakness is this team will rise or die with Tua.
Yeah.
It's the fact of it all relies on him. And, you could say that almost any team in the NFL rise or dies with their quarterback, but no. I mean, this team without Tua, well, actually, now that you told me Jacoby Brissett, he actually might be able to put some work in.
But if you really look at it, right? Like, look at Miami's wide receiver depth. Devontae Parker made a step forward last year.
Mm-hmm.
If Preston Williams can stay on the field, he can be the most serviceable. He can be their slot guy, and he can be their speed guy.
Nah, Jalen Waddle is definitely going to be the slot. Jalen Waddle definitely be the slot because he's way too undersized for that.
Do you believe Jalen Waddle is going to stay healthy in the NFL?
Yes, I do. I really do. Hey, listen, if Wes Welker could stay healthy for as long as he did, then Jalen Waddle can stay healthy for as long as he can.
Fair enough.
You put Jalen Waddle in the slot, you put Preston Williams and Devontae on the outside, Mike Gesicki as a tight end. You run a 11 offense, which is what they're pretty much going to run. You're going to have to run a lot in the shotgun because Tua is also a little undersized himself.
Tua is going to, stretch the field, just pass it up there. If Tua can throw, as far as Tua can throw, Will Fuller will go ahead and get it.
Okay. All right. I like that. What do you have for a weakness for the Dolphins this upcoming season?
I do believe their weakness is the offensive line in particular. Tua struggled last year. And partly because of him struggling, he is a lefty, and I believe that the offensive line, if they can string a couple of good games together and homogenize quite a bit, that will help towards success. But if they're botchy, it's going to be a long season.
Okay. All right. Yeah, agreed. Honestly. All right. So let's see. You have the Patriots finishing third. Who do you have as their MVP, X Factor, and best free agent signing of the year?
No, sir. I have the Patriots finishing second. Tied.
Sorry, I read that backwards. My bad. Yeah, second.
Yes. So, who I have for the MVP of the season? Mr. Bill Belichick. Who I have for the X Factor? Mr. Bill Belichick. But in all seriousness, no, the MVP of the season, I think it should be Cam Newton. However, I don't believe it's going to be Cam Newton. I believe it's going to be one of the running backs. Actually, the running back by committee will be the MVP of this team.
Okay. So first of all, I do say that Bill Belichick is MVP. That's why I have him listed as, because, like I said, I couldn't give Bill Belichick a losing record. But the running backs, though,
Yes.
who?
That's a great question. That's a great question, Jerry. But let's really look at it, right? For Cam Newton to be successful, he needs time, correct? For Cam Newton, he needs to be accurate, firstly, right? And we all know that. But however, look, I do think that James White being still on the roster provide leadership in that locker room. Damian, forgot his name.
Harris.
Damian Harris. I think he's going to take a really big step forward for the Patriots as well. Reason being is he really, really came on last year, right? I also think that Sony Michel is going to be traded or going to be dropped.
I don't think he's making the season. I don't believe he's going to make it.
I don't think Sony Michel is going to make the season. And remember, we talked about addition by subtraction. That is an addition by subtraction.
But that's going to hurt me, though, as a Haitian, man. That's my fellow Haitian right there, Michel.
Yeah,
Michel, where's the little rascally on your knee, bros?
I don't know what's going on. He needs some more pickles and some rice or something.
All right, so for MVP, like I said, I have Bill Belichick. For the X Factor, I actually got it as Hunter Henry. I do not understand how Hunter Henry did not get more love this offseason, and how you going to let Cam Newton get two of...
It's on either side of the ball. It's... Cam Newton, he's tall enough. He can see over the defensive... he can see over the line of scrimmage, and all he's going to do is just dunk it to Hunter Henry in road, and there's going to be bread and money. Also, another big addition by subtraction will be when N'Keal Harry is off this team.
Whoa, you want him gone already?
N'Keal Harry, he by his agent has requested a trade. N'Keal Harry, in the past couple of years, the only advocate N'Keal Harry has had really on the offensive side of the game is Cam Newton. And Cam Newton was an advocate for him. However, N'Keal Harry, he's a big guy. He was ranked dead last in getting separation last year. Dead last.
But that's the thing. All right, so N'Keal Harry actually took some shots at Cam Newton last year. I don't know if you remember, but he actually said he called out Cam on his lack of accuracy. But the thing with N'Keal Harry is that he wasn't getting open anyway. Like you said, no one on the Patriots was getting open, and that's the other reason why I believe the Patriots might do better.
Let's look at this, Jared. N'Keal Harry was a first-round pick, right? And he was ranked dead last in separation last year without double coverage, by the way. Single coverage we're talking about. Check Pro Football Talk. Plug.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question before you go. Let me ask you a question. Before the draft, was he projected to be a first-round pick, a first-round wide receiver? Because the thing is, the Patriots have not hit on a first-round pick, like, at all.
No, they just haven't hit. They've hit on first-round picks. They haven't hit on a receiver anywhere in the draft, no matter what. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Anywhere after the first round, they haven't hit with receivers.
They haven't hit on offensive for the first-round pick. Sorry, I misspoke. Any offensive first-round picks they've done has been bust. All the way through.
Well, second-round pick, I believe it was. But however, let's get back to Mr. Harry here, right? First-round pick, all the glitz, all the glamour, yada. He got outperformed by a walk-on in Jacoby Myers.
Hey, Jacoby, man, his name starts with a J, so he's on to something right there, Jacoby.
No, but Jacoby Myers is going to be the number one receiver of this team.
And that's an issue.
You may think so, however, but he does have all the attributes to be a number one target. his resurgence during the year, you could tell Cam Newton, they had a connection there, right? I do believe that Kendrick Bourne is going to play a little part as well, coupled with Nelson Aguilar, just to stretch the field. And everybody that talks football, you'll hear them over the top or whatever with the defense. But I do think that Nelson Aguilar is not the same speedster that he was 4 years ago. Same
But
thing with
his
he's
best
not.
season was last year with the Raiders, though.
Yes. How was he eating? Jump balls.
For a man who can't catch a baby out of a burning building, man, I don't know.
He can catch a football. No, but it was a lot of jump balls being chucked down the field. But that's how he really, and he had a very solid season. I think was it his second or his first best season in his NFL career?
It might have been his second best season ever
Yeah,
in his career.
I think
Honestly,
he had a good one when he was at Philly.
he had one good one in Philly. One.
I do believe Jonnu Smith, Devin Asiasi. People forget that Devin Asiasi is in his second, going to be in his third year actually, and he was drafted in the second or the third round, I believe, as well. So Devin Asiasi in the tight end spot, he can make some damage there too. So they do have, I wouldn't even say a twin-headed monster in Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith.
You sound like a homer right now talking about Asiasi. I can promise you nobody outside of New England knows what an Asiasi is. Even the Hispanics are saying so-so. Like, come on, bro. Asiasi.
Yes, Asiasi. He's not on the field. He was not on the field. And I do know that I sound like a homer. I would guarantee this. Let's talk at week 10. And if Asiasi is healthy, let's put a line on it. Asiasi will have more than 15 catches.
Well, hold on. That's not okay. 15 catches over a season? Come on. That's not an achievement.
Midway point of the season.
So by week 9, he would have 15 catches.
Actually, I'll up it. I'll say by week 9, he will have plus 20 catches, plus 25 catches.
I like that wager. I'll pick you up on that. Asiasi. 20 catches by midpoint.
You want to know what he had last year? How many catches he had last year? 2.
So he's going to multiply that 1,000%.
Yes. You want to know how many games he played last year?
1.
Was
that right?
6 games last year. 6.
So he averaged 1 catch every 3 games.
5 games last season. 5 games last season.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say 1 catch every 3 games, and you think he's gonna get 20 by 9?
And he was targeted a total of 8 times, right? In one game, he was targeted 3 times, and in that one game where he had those 2 catches, he targeted 2 times and averaged 19.5 yards. He only had 39 yards and 1 touchdown. Right?
So, but you tell me all his catches from last season came from 1 game?
Yeah, pretty much. In just 1 game.
All right, I'm gonna have to make a homer drop for you because anytime you say some type of stuff like that, I'm just gonna have to be like, yo, you know what? I got something for that. No worries, next time.
New York Jets. Top it off. Of course it was.
All right, so what's the Patriots' weakness? What's the 2 things you got to worry about this upcoming season for them?
I believe the Patriots' weakness is their quarterback.
Cam, Mac Jones, or both?
I just think overall quarterback play, that would be their weakness. The reason being, I don't think Mac Jones would make that leap. However, the controversy that's around it, that when Cam struggles, right? Because remember, Mr. Stiddy is still there. Mr. Stiddy is still there.
Jared the Javelin Stidham.
Right now, there are 4 people in the quarterback room for the Patriots: Hoyer, Stiddy, Mac Jones, Cam Newton. Cam Newton is a popular pick, the popular guy, the swaggy guy. Mac Jones is a shiny penny, right? However, Stiddy is the person like, hey, look at me. I used to be your shiny penny, and I can still prove that I can be a shiny penny. If not, I want to leave. And then you have Hoyer, which is he kind of accepts his role as a a de facto quarterback coach or whichever. But there's a lot of drama going on in that room that had that stability for over 20 years with Mr. Brady. There's a lot of turmoil or attrition that's going on over there. So I'm just
Okay,
gonna look.
hold on. There's a few things I want to point out. I'll make another wager with you right now. Stidham will not make the roster week 1.
I'm a bet man, Jerry, but I know when to hold him. Them is an influencer. Them has been more popular on Instagram than he has been on the field.
No, come on. Listen, Cam all right, first of all, we've all agreed for the past few years that the Patriots have not had receivers. They have not no people to throw to. And this is actually the best receiving core the Patriots have had since Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. Yes.
I think we're talking about tight ends. We're not talking about receiving core. Talking about two good tight ends. But
you're talking about two receiving tight ends.
They overspend on Bourne and they overspend on Alagor. They overspent. They did overspend. They did overspend, and they could have saved that money and got Mr. Julio Jones. I am just saying.
Listen, okay, here's where I disagree with you. It's two receiving tight ends. And when you think of receiving tight ends, you have Travis Kelce, you have George Kittle, you have Darren Waller now, and those are pretty much your top 3, right?
If you have two receiving tight ends, who's gonna block that and set that and block the edge?
Sony Michel is supposed to, but across the edge, you got your tackle coming back. Win. He's been injured all last season too.
That's fair. But I do think the Patriots. There's a lot of questions on that O line, right? There's a lot of questions. How things are gonna gel. I do believe that the X factor is Mr. Belichick. If he can get this to work, and as I predicted, finish the season with a 11-6 record, with the tie for the Buffalo Bills, for number 1 seed in the AFC East, I think he might be coach of the year. That might be the homer pick for me. Bill Belichick.
Okay, that is a homer pick for you, but I will say this. The reason I do have the Patriots actually finishing 9-8 is because I do not believe that Cam will play the whole season. And I do believe that when Mac Jones comes in, either by injury or being eliminated from playoff contention, I do believe that Mac Jones is going to come in, and y'all going to realize y'all never should have picked up Mac Jones.
He'll come in eating some cookies. That's what and don't get me wrong, I love my cookies too. But I do think that him being under Cam Newton, Cam Newton was just 5-6 years removed from an MVP, number 1 pick, the smile, the charisma, everything, national championship, went to the playoffs, NFL MVP. His worth ethic is not to be questioned, right? And I do believe that Mac Jones can learn a lot from just looking. Just follow. He doesn't even need to watch him every day. Just follow his Instagram. That's what he needs to do.
No, but okay, hold on. We gotta stop doing this whole he's a social media influencer and all that stuff. Yo, listen, he's running a business outside of football too. There's nothing wrong with that.
Just follow Cam Newton and just look at his Instagram and on his work ethic when it comes to working out.
Listen, above all, here's the thing with Cam Newton that people need to remember. No matter what he does on social media and all that stuff, this man cares about winning. When he's on that field, you cannot question if he wants to win. And I feel like just because people are saying like, oh, look at the Instagram, or look at this, or look at that, or the clothes. Nah, B, don't do that to Cam.
Oh no, I'm a advocate. I'm a supporter of all the shit that you want to do on Instagram because I don't question Cam Newton's work ethic. I don't question how he dresses. And that's actually I appreciate Cam because he's an overall entertainer as well. He was probably the best pick to segue from Brady over the past 20 years. because he provide that. Because not a lot of people can fill that shoes. We're talking about filling the shoes of a GOAT here. And Cam Newton came in, and it was bumpy, but it could have been a lot worse.
But here's the other thing about the team that I really don't understand, and this is why I could not give them at least 10 wins. It's the fact that Cam and Mac Jones has two different things. So that tutelage you were talking about for Jacoby Brissett to Tua, Cam can't do it for Mac. He cannot do it for Mac. And
I don't think Cam wants to do it for Mac, in all honesty.
That may be true. That may be true. I'm not going to fight that one. But
More with the receivers and try to bring them along with a couple with a tight end than working with Mac Jones. Reason being, this is Cam's contract year. He's playing for a contract, which probably might be one of his last contracts in the NFL. So, like I can see him challenging the inner Tom Brady and not giving tutelage to the rookie.
man, I don't know. I don't think Cam is for the win.
So
He might do it for the cameras, but behind closed doors, he might be like that. But I believe Cam is for the win. Although the thing is, I don't know what Cam can possibly teach Mac Jones.
to work out.
You can't teach speed, fam. You can't teach speed.
Not speed, work out.
Man, what you gonna have Mac Jones bench to do what?
I'm not talking about benching. I'm talking about endurance. I'm talking about stamina. I'm talking about pliability. Shout out to Tom Brady. I am talking about all these things that can help you prolong your career as a pro. You're not gonna be it's not college anymore. You can't just think you can sit on a chair and eat your cookies on whichever that your fiance baked, right? And actually wake up and go win a title game tomorrow because you have all NFL players, NFL ready wide receivers that's around you, and you shit the bed in any game whatsoever. And by the way, you're ranked one of the last in college football. Most of your yards are yak yards. That means literally just throw it and let them do the work, and you just sit back. So you can't do that in the NFL.
No. You can do that in the NFL, but not with the receivers that you have.
You're right.
Because actually no, because I actually saw an interesting thing. This was like last week, where they were talking about receivers with most. I think it was 20-yard plus catches, or it was yak, more 20-yard plus yak. Tyreek Hill actually is not in the top 10. Would you believe that?
Really?
Yeah, no. I don't remember who it was, but he was number 12. Tyreek Hill, who I was really surprised by this one. I'll find that list for you and I'll let you know, but I was truly surprised that Tyreek Hill was not in the top 10.
All right. So that does it for AFC East breakdown.
Wait, no. We didn't go talk about the Bills. We still got the Bills left.
I didn't want to talk about the Bills. It's
why? Because they're gonna beat your team in the division. I'm sorry.
It really is hard for me to talk about the Bills, that they're good and relevant now. But let's go ahead. Let's do it.
I'm telling you, man. All right, so here we go. I got the Bills, like I showed on the screen. I got the Bills ending with a 12-5 record, still above the Patriots, even above your prediction. We're one game off, but obviously the MVP is gonna be Josh Allen. There's not a question about it. For the X factor, I have Zach Moss, the running back. And their best free agent is going to be Emmanuel Sanders. Now, let me just explain why I got those three in that order. Josh Allen, MVP, there's nothing to discuss, honestly. Zach Moss is because the team was so pass heavy, and the NFL wasn't ready for Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Now they are. And outside of Stephon Diggs, who did you have to pass the ball to last year? Not much. So now if you can actually have a competent running back to kind of keep defenses a little honest, have one more body in the box would give Stephon Diggs room to eat. But also the best free agent they signed up was Emmanuel Sanders, because Emmanuel Sanders still got juice. He can still play. And he will be a great complement to Stephon Diggs, because that was the other issue I had with the Bills going into the season was, if you bracket coverage Stephon Diggs, who is going to step up on the Bills? And the answer was nobody. But with this one, my X factor and best free agent, Zach Moss and Emmanuel Sanders, if Zach Moss can take that step forward, and if Emmanuel Sanders can just keep doing what he does, which is honestly be a great compliment to any receiver on any. I don't understand why teams let him go. I really don't understand why teams let him go.
Fair enough. Who would you say? What would you say is their weakness?
Their weakness right now, ironically enough, is because this has changed over the past 3 years. They used to be a really great defensive team. Last year, they were middle of the road defensively. They've put a lot of their chips on offense. Their free agency signings this year, not so much, nothing to write home about for defense. And it's really, they need to get a running game because honestly, if they just sit over here and rush 3 and you still only get 2 yards per carry, it's going to be trash.
All right. Very fair, Mr. Jawsology. I would say the MVP. I would agree with you that the MVP is Mr. Allen. However, I got for the X Factor, I have Sean McDermott. I think Sean McDermott really put Josh in positions that he could be most successful within the offense last year, and especially with situation type football. And I do think Sean, if he can string up together a couple of wins just like that, it's going to be beneficial to him. Free agent signing, I think it's pretty straightforward. I have two critical free agent signing. It might go against the grain here a little bit. I do think that them signing Emmanuel Sanders is great. I think that no need to explain that. However, I do think them signing Mr. Trubisky actually.
What? What?
Yes.
He's not going to see the field.
Let me tell you this. The style of football that Josh Allen plays is very injury prone or vulnerable to injury, right? Yes, he does. He does. There's in games where he missed a couple of plays because he got dinged up or whatever it is, right? Mitch coming in those situations is going to help that team and help Mitch.
Yo, listen. So you think Josh Allen might get hurt this season?
I do think I wouldn't put it past him. Over under 2 games he missed for injury.
All right, I'm gonna take that into consideration when I'm gonna do my fantasy draft this year.
He missed for injury. Be honest. What do you think? Be objective here.
For who?
For Josh Allen, over under 2 games missed due to injury.
I think under. I do not think that Josh Allen will miss more than 1 game.
All right, that's fair. I think he's going to miss at least 2 games.
He doesn't scramble that much. Like, the only scrambles he does is around the goal line when he's like, oh, okay, I could squeeze into the corner of the end zone right there. Just rush it in there. Huh? I can't hear you.
That's the most dangerous scramble.
All right, unless your name is Carson Wentz, that scramble is actually kind of safe because you don't dive into the end zone to get hit. All right, you usually just run right into the corner, squeak it past the pylon, and you call it a day. Get yourself 6 points.
However, I will say this for the weakness of the team is the tight end position. Do you believe in Knox? Do you believe in Knox? I don't think Knox believes in Knox.
But here's the thing with tight ends. Like, okay, great. Yeah, he's not a Kelsey. He's not a Waller.
No,
he's not a Hunter Henry.
I don't care about being a Kelsey or anything like that. You just need to be a functioning blocker and occasionally catch the ball. I
believe he's that. He's a functional blocker and a functional red zone target.
I would say Hollister is a better tight end than Knox.
Well, yeah, but like, okay, yeah, you can always find someone better, but I believe he's just middle of the pack, and there's nothing wrong with being middle of the pack.
Who do you think is going to be like what area of that team is going to stand out?
What part of that team is going to stand out? It's going to be the offense, and it has to be the passing game because as the team is built right now, it's a pass or bust league. It's a pass or bolt team. pass or bust team. Blast. Say that 5 times fast.
And I think another one of their weakness is their kicker position. Hopefully they'll get that together.
They got one of the best kickers in the game, don't they?
Not anymore.
Wait, what? Hold on. You see, this is why I say kickers, honestly, they matter, but honestly, nobody looks at the kickers. No one looks at the kickers until the third preseason game when it's like, oh, wait, who kicks the extra point for us when we score a touchdown? Oh, yeah. Like, okay, hold on. I'm going to have to look at
If you're not Tucker, it doesn't really,
I'm telling you, bro. And by the way, one of the things that's going to provoke in this year in our league is going to be no kickers. I'm just saying. We don't need kickers in fantasy football. Hashtag kickers don't count in fantasy football.
Hashtag all kickers matter.
Hashtag in real life, not in fantasy football.
Hashtag in fantasy football as well.
Okay, so last fun, interesting note, like I brought up before. All right, so I want you to guess what receiver, and actually I said it wrong. It wasn't Yak, but who's had since 2019 the most 20-yard receptions? Not necessarily Yak, but just receptions of 20 yards or more.
Who has had the most 20-yard receptions?
20 plus.
20 plus yard receptions. I would say since 2019.
Since 2019.
Hollywood Brown.
Didn't he just get? Oh, he's actually been in the league for 2 years now. Hold on. Let me see if he's even in the top 20. Hold on. Sorry, my guy. He's not there. You want to guess another one?
Okay, all right. Fuck it. Let me do it. I will say my second guess is 20-yard or more in the last Kirk.
Wait, who?
The receiver from Mr. Hopkins, D-Hop.
DeAndre Hopkins is number 9. I'll let you know this. I'm gonna say this: the number 1 receiver is actually in the AFC East.
In the Beasley?
No. He is in the AFC East. The number 1 receiver who's had most 20 plus yards receptions is in the AFC East.
In the AFC East. It's Diggs.
Thank you. I was about to get worried for a little bit.
It's Diggs.
So the top 3 actually are Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, and Allen Robinson.
Oh wow. Well, and guess who used to throw to Mr. Robinson? Mitch Trubisky.
So if you don't get off this Mitch Trubisky thing, man, bro,
you know that's just that's my guy.
No. This man, no. Mitch Trubisky, I'm sorry. Yo, earn your paycheck, Mitch Trubisky. I respect it. It's a hustle. Do it. But just be a backup, please. And when you get injured and you got to come in, just say you're good. What's going on, Easton?
This guy right here, right now he should be the running back for the Patriots within the next couple of years because we've had some hurdles in the house that he is actually doing some run drills right now.
Run through that wall, Easton. Run through that wall.
He's a pretty good blocker.
So just to summarize this right before we wrap this up, we got both have the Jets going last. With you got 5-12, I got 7-10. Over here you have the Dolphins, and that's our biggest difference in record. You have the Dolphins at 10-7.
I think the discussion for Tua is our biggest difference.
Well, I believe in Tua.
I do as well. But I think the Dolphins as an organization, how they're using the pick, it is going to be flawed. It's flawed.
Listen. Tua gonna give it Tua. All right. All right, that's my corny line for the day. Tua gonna give it to her. All right. We have a 3-game difference on the Dolphins. We have a 2-game difference on the Patriots. I say 9-8. You say 11-6. And we have a 1-game difference on the Bills. I say 12-5, and you say 11-6. So,
Yeah.
do you believe that the AFC bye week is coming to the AFC East? Since only one team has a bye week this year, do you think? Well, actually, no, you don't. With 11-6, I know that can't be a best AFC record.
I don't believe
the Dolphins.
I think we're gonna be playing the first weekend.
All right. Well, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Stay tuned for next week. I believe we're gonna talk about the NFC East, the NFC least. Hashtag. I got some more spoilers for you on that one. That's gonna be a little bit controversial on my end. You might end up calling me a little Skip Bayless with the way I believe in the Cowboys.
Ooh, sounds good. Yeah, thanks for having me on this episode. Always a pleasure, Mr. Jawsology, to talk football with you, and to your viewers and everyone. We have to establish what we're going to do for our bets. You know, I know certain people have Mountain Dews or anything, but we have to spice it up a little bit. Maybe we can have, you give me pickles and I will give you some, I don't know, some jerk
Oxtail.
chicken.
No, oxtail. There we
Yeah.
go. I'll give you. All right, so Haitian. So if I lose the bet, I gotta give you Dia Jonjon, the Haitian black rice that you're always asking for.
Yes.
If I win the bet, you gotta give me some oxtail. End of discussion. Nothing to talk about.
There we go.
All right. And so just the last thing for everybody. So next week will be the NFC East, and welcome to Jawsology, the study of everything fantasy, sports, anime, Marvel, aka the study of life.